The galaxy had always believed in hierarchy. At the very top sat the Carnathi Dominion, an ancient warrior civilization whose history stretched back longer than most species had recorded language. They measured worth not in art or science, but in conquest. A race's value was determined by how long it survived against them. Most didn't last long. The Carnathi were tall, plated in natural armor, and born into caste-bound combat traditions. From childhood, their warriors were trained to fight in vacuum, on shattered moons, inside collapsing cities. Their finest, called the Vrakesh elite, were living legends. Entire worlds surrendered the moment those names were spoken. So when humanity entered the galactic stage, the Carnathi barely noticed. At first, humans were late arrivals. They had no ancient empire, no psionic abilities, no biologically engineered weapons built into their bodies. They were fragile, short-lived, and most insulting of all, divided into hundreds of political factions. The Galactic Council labeled them Category 3, developing, non-threatening. The Carnathi labeled them prey-in-waiting. Humanity's expansion into nearby systems was modest and cautious. They negotiated more than they threatened. They built defensive platforms instead of battle fleets. Their ships were ugly, blocky, practical, lacking the elegant curves that most advanced species favored. To the Carnathi, this meant only one thing: weakness. And weakness, in the Dominion, was an invitation. The Carnathi High War Circle gathered beneath the crimson light of their capital star. Holographic projections displayed the human frontier world's small colonies, sparse populations, minimal military presence. War leader Crothel the Unbroken studied the data in silence. "Send the Vrakesh," one general growled. "A single strike, no survivors. Let the galaxy remember why it fears us." Another clicked his mandibles in agreement. "Their defenses are laughable, their soldiers untested." Crothel nodded slowly. "Then they will be tested," he said, "and broken." The order was given. 3 elite strike fleets. 900 of the finest warriors the Dominion had ever produced. A campaign expected to last less than one rotation. The galaxy watched, some with dread, some with indifference. Humanity did not protest. Humanity did not threaten. Humanity did something far more unsettling. They evacuated. When the Vrakesh fleets arrived at the first human colony, they found cities intact and empty. Power grids still hummed, atmospheres remained stable, automated systems continued their routines, but there were no civilians, no soldiers, no resistance. "This is cowardice," one Carnathi commander sneered. "They flee rather than face us." They burned the cities anyway. At the second colony, the same thing happened. At the third, they found something different. A single human message, broadcast on all frequencies. "To the warriors of the Carnathi Dominion, you are entering a restricted military testing zone. Proceed at your own risk." Laughter echoed across the Carnathi command decks. "Testing zone?" A warrior scoffed. "They think war is an experiment." They advanced. The ambush came without warning. Not from ships. Not from planetary defenses. From space itself. Sensors malfunctioned. Communications fractured into static. Navigation systems fed contradictory data. One cruiser drifted slightly off formation and vanished in a flash of distorted light. No explosion. No debris. Just gone. The Carnathi regrouped, assuming a malfunction. Then another ship disappeared. Then another. Panic was unfamiliar to the Vrakesh elite, but confusion was worse. "What weapon is this?" demanded Commander Jacor. Before anyone could answer, human voices cut through the static calm, almost instructional. "Phase trap successful. Mark target group Alpha as neutralized." The Carnathi fired blindly into the void. Nothing answered. Determined to regain honor, the remaining Vrakesh forces landed on a human world they believed untouched. This time, humans were waiting. But not in formations. Not behind walls. The battlefield was quiet, too quiet. Then the ground shifted. Not collapsing, moving. Entire sections of terrain reconfigured themselves. Hills unfolded into artillery platforms. Forests concealed autonomous drones. The very air filled with invisible tracking systems. The Carnathi fought fiercely. They always did. But every charge was anticipated, every maneuver countered. Humans did not meet strength with strength, they met it with planning. traps layered within traps, retreats that lured warriors into kill zones without a single human soldier visible, machines fighting where flesh did not need to. And always, the human voices. Enemy adapting, adjust pattern. Predictive model updated. They learn fast, we learn faster. One by one, the elite fell, not slain in glory, but outthought. Weeks passed. The Karnathi Dominion waited for reports. None came. No victory declarations. No warrior logs. No distress calls. Scouting fleets sent to investigate found only wreckage, ships cut apart with precision, battlefields erased cleanly, data cores wiped as if deliberately denied. The Vrakesh elite had vanished. Not a single survivor returned. No tales of heroic last stands. No warnings. No explanation. For the first time in their history, the Karnathi did not know how they had lost. The Galactic Council demanded answers. Humanity responded with a single broadcast. Asterisk, we did not seek war. We do not celebrate death. But understand this. You sent warriors trained to fight battles. We sent thinkers trained to end wars. Attached was data, controlled, limited, deliberate. Proof that humans had simulated the Karnathi for years, studied their psychology, predicted their doctrines, designed entire campaigns before the first shot was fired. The Council re-evaluated humanity's classification. Category 3 was erased. A new designation was created. Strategic Apex Species. The Karnathi never attacked humanity again. They still fought others, still conquered weaker worlds. But when human ships appeared on long-range sensors, the Dominion fleets altered course. Not out of fear. Out of respect. Because they understood now. Humanity did not fight to prove superiority. They fought to make sure no second lesson was ever necessary. And somewhere, in silent space, the graves of the galaxy's finest warriors drifted unmarked, unremembered. Because none returned home to tell the tale. Strength wins battles. Intelligence wins wars. Humanity mastered both, quietly.